Granny's, Abner. I believe that's our ring.
All right, Doggy Glum, I believe you're right.
I'll see. Hello, Jot 'em Down store. This is Lum and Abner.
What's going on down in Pine Ridge? Well, as we look in on the little community today, we find Lum and Abner in their Jot 'em Down store discussing the sad state in which their political campaign has suddenly fallen.
Granny's, Abner, we can't just sit here mooning over the way things has turned out. We ought to be studying up some way of fighting back. Some big idea.
Well, I've got them handbills out on the street. Cedric's delivering them.
What handbills?
The ones I was telling you about. The ones Cedric and me printed up this morning.
Oh, them.
Yeah, I'll show you one of them.
But never mind. That won't do no good.
Well, I reckon Cedric must have taken them all with him. I don't see none around here. Here, I've got wrote down what they said.
I know what they said.
Abner Peabody, the smiling grocer man, promises and guarantees the following. To merchants, quicker turnover. To men, higher paychecks. To women, better working conditions.
Them things ain't gonna get you no votes, Abner. Not now, no way.
Well, they're all things that folks want. Businessmen want quicker turnover so they can make more money, don't they?
Well, yeah.
Men want to get higher paychecks, I know that. Women want better working conditions. Better lights in the barn, the milk barn, better plows, heavier work gloves, all them little knickknacks they care so much for.
Well, yeah, but them things ain't a drop in the bucket compared to all the things Ezra Seastrunk's promising the citizens.
Well, I've been going around town saying I'd promise to build anything that Ezra promises, only twice as big.
Yeah, but people don't believe none of that stuff. It's things like Ezra come out with yesterday that count. Better education for our youngins, playgrounds for them.
Uh-oh.
Them are things they can understand and actually believe in.
Yeah.
Them are the things that got all the women to swing over to his side, too.
Yeah.
Right there's where we lost the election, I'm feared.
Yeah.
Here I thought we had the women's votes all tied up solid. Elizabeth out doing such a great job electioneering for you, and all of a sudden they get to listening to Ezra, and there goes our campaign.
Yeah. Went fast, didn't it?
Yeah, I still can't see why you can't talk her back into voting for you. Your own woman.
Well, Lum, I told you I tried.
That's the worst thing I ever heard of.
Well, here's what I said to her.
You know, if you could just get her back on our side, we could get lots of women's votes, because she showed herself to be a pretty good leader there. A good out-loud talker. Convincing.
Yeah, you're right. She's convincing, I'll say that. Last night when I was trying to tell her what you told me to say to her, well, she kept interrupting with talk about Ezra, how good his ideas was and all that, and you know she might, and I convinced me.
I don't doubt it at all.
I finally just had to put the pillow over my head so they couldn't hear her. If I'd have listened 5 minutes more, I know that good and well, I'd have jumped right out of bed, went down to that lodge hall, and signed up with the Conservative Liberal Party short horse.
A fine candidate you are.
Thank you.
You know, this is practical a direct slap at my own politics career. Here I am, the boss of a new ruling
that
party.
was a ring, I believe, Lum.
Well, you answered. Might as well get back now to being a store clerk instead of a mayor, looks like.
Yeah, all right. Hello, Jot 'em Down store, Abner Peabody, the smiling grocer, and doing the talking. Vote for Abner to vote for higher paychecks.
Smiling yet.
What can we do for you today, Miss Blevins?
Smiling yet.
All right, big or little baking powder. Mom, you want light or dark vinegar? All right. Cool. Yes, Mom. Ain't got no margarine. Got a tub of butter. Eli White made us take it as payment on his bill. Anything else? All right, we'll get that out to you this afternoon, I hope. How's that? Oh, well, thank you, Mom. Well, thank you. All right, Miss Blevins, I'll get that order out to you right away. Goodbye. Okay, there's one vote I'll get.
Who, Miss Blevins?
Yes, sir.
I thought all the women was for Ezra.
Well, there's one that ain't. She said, Abner, I admire you and I'm going to vote for you. She said that I got the right idea and she agrees with me.
Right idea about what?
I don't know. Whatever it is, I got it and she agrees with me. Must be them new handbills me and Cedric put out.
No, it couldn't be that.
Well, I don't know why not. There's some good ideas there. To merchants, quicker turnover. To men, higher paychecks. To women, better working conditions.
That don't sound like a strong enough platform to win her vote, though.
Well, of course, might be just my good looks, too.
Now you're getting plain silly.
Ah.
To me, there might be something to it.
Well,
Ridiculous.
reckon what it could be. Don't reckon it'd be my brains, would it?
No, I don't reckon so neither.
No. She said I had the right ideas. Well, what are some of the ideas I've got, Lum?
Well, it ain't a question of the ideas you got. It's the ideas you're going to get.
Oh.
That's the only thing that'll save us now, Abner, studying up some great idea. Something that'll make the voters forget that Ezra Seastrunk was ever born.
Well, I don't think we could prove nothing like that, Lum. He's got a certificate that says right on it he was born. I saw it hang there in the parlor.
The worst thing is that we ain't got hardly no time left to study up an idea. That election's just a couple of days off now.
So is it that close?
Oh, yeah. If we'd have held the election yesterday morning, we'd have won easy, hands down.
Oh.
But now, geez, I hate to think about it.
Wished I knowed what idea mine Miss Blevins likes so well. Maybe we could work on that.
No, she's more likely just joshing me.
Well, she sounded like she actually meant it. That's it. Uh-oh. That gummit there comes that grandpappy spear.
Oh, yeah.
I know what he's coming over here for. Just wants to goad over the way the campaign's going. Brag on his candidate.
Yeah, try not to get riled up, though, Abner. Don't help none to get in a fist fight or nothing like that.
It might help me to punch him a couple times. I don't know.
Yeah, howdy.
Howdy, Grandpap.
Yeah, just seen that woman of yours, Abner. Standing up on a bench, flapping her jaws in front of a bunch of pigeon-toed women.
No, don't start telling me about that, Grandpap.
Ain't she out lectioneering for him now?
Looks like I wouldn't put it past her.
I'll say one thing for her. You got a good loyal woman there, Abner.
Loyal?
Why, sure. Standing up there telling them women folks to vote for you when she must know good and well you'd make the worst mayor this town's ever had.
Just a minute now, Grandpap. We've had some pretty bad ones. I'd make just as good a mayor.
What'd you say, Grandpap? Did you say Elizabeth was telling them women to vote for Abner?
Why, natural. For the land's sake.
Are you sure about that, Grandpap? Why, of course. I stood right there and hear her with my own ears.
Well, I do know. What was she saying about me, Grandpap?
Oh, I never stuck around to hear that. Never wanted to hear none of that husking shuckings. I'm for Ezra. First, last, and all the time.
I wonder what changed Elizabeth's mind. Last night, she's bound and determined Ezra was the man for mayor.
You know, there's something strange about this, Abner. First, Miss Blevins says over the phone she's for you, and now Elizabeth's out campaigning for you again.
Now, what did I do that's so wonderful? Did I make a speech or something?
No. Glad you never do. Something must be happening, though. Them women wouldn't change their minds for nothing.
Why, no.
That proves you don't know nothing about women, Lum. They can change their minds for no reason at all. And they change back to Ezra by election time. You mind what I tell you?
Yeah, I reckon they will. Of course, if you'd have heard how strong she was for Ezra yesterday, you'd know she'd have to have at least a little reason to switch back over to me.
Yeah, there's bound to be something back there.
Bound to be.
Now, get the phone, Abner. I want to study on this one.
Yeah, all right. Hello, John down store, Abner, Peabody, the smiling grocerman doing the talking. Vote for Peabody's a vote for higher paycheck.
Sassy Fred. Sassy Fred.
Half hush up. I can hear things you saying. What'd you say? Mom? Oh, well, thank you. Well, thank you. Oh, I wouldn't say that hard.
You don't say it then.
Well, thank you. All right. Goodbye. Doggy, there's a whole bunch of votes for me.
Who was that?
Miss Barton. She's president of the Married Ladies Sunday School class, and she said the whole class was behind me 100%.
Well, if they don't beat the bugs,
she said I was the first man that ever had the right idea, and they're going to work their heads off to see that I get elected.
Well, what idea was she talking about, though?
I don't know.
Well, why didn't you ask her?
Well, I don't know. I never thought about it. What she's saying sounds so good, I never wanted to interrupt her.
For pity's sake. Well, what you better do is go out and find Elizabeth and ask her what this is all about.
Yeah.
Ask her what you're going to find why all these women are swinging back to your side all of a sudden.
That's a good idea. I'll go down there. Wait a minute. There comes Cedric. Maybe he's heard something.
No, I doubt it. You better go and find out for yourself.
Well, wait a minute. Howdy, Cedric. Have you heard anything about the women swinging over?
Well, I don't know nothing about them swinging, but they sure are anxious to get hold of them new handbills we printed up.
They are?
Might not grabbing them away from me. Had a
Well,
hard time even keeping one of them so as we could print up some more like it.
why, Doggett, I told you them was good handbills, Lum. You didn't believe me.
No, I still don't believe you. Let me see that handbill, Cedric. Let me read that over again. Just go here.
Well, I can tell you what it says. Abner Peabody, the smiling grocer man, promises and guarantees the following. To merchants, quicker turnovers. To men, higher paychecks.
Well, no wonder.
How?
Did you tighten up that gadget that holds the type before you started printing these?
I don't know. I believe it did drop on the floor there once.
Well,
Why?
it must have. Half the type dropped out, and here's all you printed.
Oh, we printed
Yeah,
it.
listen to this. Abner Body, the smiling grocerman, promises the following. Men turn over paychecks to women.
How?
No wonder every woman in town's going to vote for you.
Granny's, Abner. I believe that's our ring.
All right, Doggett, Lum, I believe you're right.
I'll see. Hello, Jot 'em Down store. This is Lum and Abner.
And now let's see what's going on down in Pine Ridge. Well, as we look in on the little community today, we find Lum in the Jot 'em Down store. Dick Huddleston has just entered.
Come in. Oh, howdy, Dick.
Yeah, hello, Lum.
Proud to see you. Did you mash your hand on the door there?
No, that's all right, Lum. Just caught a little bit. Didn't hurt.
Yeah, I want to thank you again for them brooms you donated to our campaign. Elizabeth handed them out again today in the final windup of our election.
Yeah, that's fine.
Tomorrow's the big day, you know, election day.
Yeah, I know. Lum, I want to ask you something.
Sure, Dick. What is it?
Well, you know, I've backed Abner and your party so far in this campaign, you know.
Yeah, and we sure appreciate it, too, Dick. Having you with us has helped a lot.
Well, to be honest, Lum, I'm not so sure that I'm going to stick with you anymore.
What's that?
Leastways, not if Abner's serious about that last campaign promise he made. That one about getting all the men in town to turn over their paychecks to their wives.
Oh, that thing.
Well, you know, that's not good, Lum. I don't like to see things like that. Every man in this town's going to be against Abner now.
Yeah, I know that, but you see,
I'll admit that you've got the women's vote cinched. But by Jack's Lum, we men have got to have some rights around here. Why, if we start turning over all our money to our wives...
Well, now, just hold your horses, Dick. This whole thing was a mistake.
I'll say it was. And I think Abner'd be wise to come out with a public statement today that he's changed his mind, too.
Well, you see, Abner never made no such a campaign promise.
According to those handbills he got out yesterday, he did one.
Well, here's what happened, though. Him and Cedric was starting to print them up, see. They had the type all set and then dropped it on the floor, and then Cedric tried to put it back together and left out most of the words. That's how it come out.
You mean it wasn't supposed to say that at all?
No, it's supposed to say something like, I promise to the merchants quicker turnover, and to the men higher paychecks, and to the women better home working conditions, or something like that.
Oh, I see.
And when Cedric got through with it, it said, men turn over paychecks to women.
Yeah. Well, I didn't think Abner'd come out for anything like that. Surely, no man in his right mind would.
Well, Abner tried to tell Elizabeth how it happened, but she wouldn't listen to him. She said he'd come out and advocated that, so now he had to stick to it. Fact is, she told him she was going to see to it that he did stick to it.
Well, I imagine she will, too. She proved herself to be quite a campaigner, all right.
Yes, she has. She's a goer, that
Yeah.
woman. You gotta hand it to her. She's even had us print up some sample ballots so she can show the women exactly how to vote.
Yeah. Well, of course, it's like I said before, Lum. Abner's not going to get hardly any of the men's votes, I'm afraid.
Well, we don't really need them, Dig.
Don't need them.
No, see, there's more women in Pine Ridge than there are men. So if we get their vote, Abner's in. Same as elected right now.
Well, I didn't know that. Well, in that case, you've got a sense then, Lum, because the women are born.
But I ain't sure we want it that way. Fact is, we finally decided the thing for Abner to do was to go out and square himself with the voters. That's where he's at right now.
Well, I hope he doesn't lose too many votes by it. Personally, I'd hate to see Ezra Seastrunk get in as mayor. Well, Ezra's not so bad himself, but when he's in with Squire Skimp like he is now, I don't know, Lum. I'm afraid we couldn't get very far with that kind of a city government.
Well, I feel the same way, and Abner might not make the brainiest mayor in the world, but I guarantee he's honest. I do know that.
Yeah. Well, it's like I've always... Who's that busting in? Oh, Cedric.
Hi, characters. Boy, oh boy, is this a big day. Oh, howdy, Mr. Dick.
Hello, Cedric.
There's lots of excitement around town, Cedric.
Is the joints jumping, the town's jiving. Boy.
Yeah, I noticed when I came across the street, it seemed like everybody's out milling around.
Oh, it's better than the 4th of July, I think.
Well, I
reckon to put up a hamburger stand down on the street.
Done good business today, Cedric.
Oh, yes, Lord.
I better be getting on back toward the place, closing up time. Fact is, I guess it's after closing time, ain't it?
Yeah, well, glad you dropped over, Dick.
Yeah, I'll see you later, Lon.
Don't forget to go to the polls and vote tomorrow.
Don't worry, I won't. So long.
So long. Yes, I never realized you getting that place. I know where Abner's at. You didn't see him any place, did you, Cedric?
No, Mom, I seen Mr. Ezra, though. He's standing up there on the street corner making a big speech. Big crowd around him.
Was there many women in the crowd?
No, Mom, not a one. They's all down the next corner listening to Mrs. Elizabeth.
That's peculiar. I thought sure Ezra and his crowd would be out trying to win back some of that women's vote. I wish Abner would get back. I want to close up and get down to the lunchroom before it closes.
Well, I think Mr. Luke's going to stay open tonight. He figures there'll be a lot of folks out tonight listening to election speeches and one thing and another. And you'll more likely see Papa down there at the lunchroom eating supper, too.
Why, don't your Papa take supper at home now?
No, not no more. Him and Mama ain't even speaking to one another. They got into a big election fight. Boy, Papa was for Mr. Ezra and Mama was for Mr. Abner. You ought to saw them this morning. Hollering and jawing at one another, something wonderful. Mama picked up the coffee pot and throwed it at Papa and missed him, so I picked it up and handed it back to her, and that time she got him. Then Papa picked it up and throwed it at me, and boy, did we have fun.
Wait a minute, here comes Abner.
He missed me, so I picked it up and handed it back to him and told him to try it again, but his aim was bad and he hit Mama that time.
Mayor, no gas, no payoff, there's no man. Abner is a hello, Lum. Hello, Cedric.
Granny, where have you been? You been making election speeches all this time?
No, I've been trying to, but I ain't getting none. I couldn't get no women folks together because they're all listening to Elizabeth. And the men folks are all hanging around down there by Ezra's headquarters.
Yeah, that's what Cedric said.
So I finally just give up and just listen to the others give speeches.
Ezra, too?
Why, sure. Never expect me to stand around there with all them women, did you?
Well, that's a fine thing. A candidate for mayor standing in a crowd listening to his opponent give a campaign talk. You ought to have more sense than that.
Well, to be honest, Lum, I was going to leave. But it was just a dad blame interesting. I just had to walk off and leave it.
Interesting.
Oh, yeah, that Earl Pomeroy, he gave a talk down there for Ezra. It was a dandy. And Will Spencer gave one pretty good. Squire talked for a while. Grandpappy Sears wanted to give one, but they wouldn't let him.
Wouldn't let him?
Oh, no, you just tickle me plumb to death. And did old Grandpap get mad? I think he's going to vote for me now, just on account of that.
Mama's going to vote for you.
Well, good, Cedric.
Papa ain't so.
Say, that reminds me, Cedric, I want you to run a little errands for me. I talked to Elizabeth a while ago, and she wants all them sample ballots that we printed up. They're sitting right over on the counter now. You better rush them up there to her right quick.
Yes, Mom.
Won't take you but a second. She's just right up there at the next corner.
Yes, Mama. I know where she's at. I'll see you later.
Yeah, all right. Hurry now, Cedric. You know, Lum, that's a pretty good idea, Elizabeth, handing out them sample ballots to the women folks, showing them how to mark them. See, this is the first time that a lot of them women folks has ever voted.
Yeah, I know. I hope they recollect to go to the polls tomorrow and actual vote.
Oh, yeah, don't worry. Elizabeth will see to that.
Say, Abner, when you was listening to Ezra and all of them give speeches, was they promising anything that might get some of the women's votes?
No, don't think so. If I heard them right, they weren't. Ezra talked a lot more about that athletics club he's going to put up, and one thing and another like that. Just join.
You know, I just can't understand it. I know they found out by now that there's more women in town than there are men, so even if they do get the men's votes, they still can't win.
No. Yeah, it's cute. I hadn't thought much about it.
I just hope they ain't up to some trick of some kind.
What kind of a trick?
Oh, I don't know. That's just it. If I knowed what they's up to, then we could fight it. This way, you don't know what to do.
Well, Lum, if they was going to pull some trick, they'd surely be doing it by now, wouldn't they? This is the last night before the election.
I guess you're right.
Why, sure.
Maybe I'm just worrying for nothing.
Must be.
Maybe they figure that the women will get scared at the last minute and not go to the polls or forget to or something.
Yeah, well, I think they're figuring on some of the men telling their wives which way to vote. That's more likely what they're doing right there.
Yeah, more than likely.
But they'll never do it. Not after Elizabeth gets done with them. I'll tell them that right now.
No, if all goes well, Abner, you're just as good as elected mayor of this town right this very minute.
Good for me. Mayor Abner. I know that.
It sounds good, don't it?
Oh, wonderful. Love it. No, this is the first time I've ever been mayor of anything.
Well, there's always got to be a first time for everything. And, Abner, when you get in that office, I want you to recollect how to always be honest. Yeah. Wait a minute. Is that Cedric coming back?
Yeah, that's him. Yeah, that's him.
But
I'll be honest. Honest, Abner.
What keeps carrying there?
Well, it looks like I don't get it. What do you got there, Cedric? Ain't them sample ballots we give you?
Yes, Mom. Mrs. Elizabeth don't need them after all. Because the meeting broke up and the women are on their way to the county seat.
To the county seat?
Yes, Mom. They hear there's going to be some nylon stockings on sale there tomorrow.
Oh, well, no wonder. What, did they just leave Elizabeth standing there?
No, Mom. She went with them.
Well,
Wait a minute. Did you say the sale's going to be tomorrow?
Yes, Mom. They're all leaving now so they can be first in line tomorrow morning.
Well.
Granny, it's tomorrow's election day.
Oh, my goodness.
This is just a trick of Ezra's and Squire's to get them women out of town so they can't vote. Hi, Granny's Abner, we're goners. That's the holy art. Granny's, Abner, I believe that's our ring.
I know it, Lum. I believe you're right.
I'll see. Hello, jot 'em down, store. This is Lum and Abner.
Now let's see what's going on down in Pine Ridge. Well, as we look in on the little community today, we find Lum in the Jotham Down store. Abner and Cedric are just returning from the county seat.
Hurry up, Abner. Get in here. Tell me what happened. Did you do any good?
Oh, Lum, that trip was just a waste of time.
It appeared to that. I reckon I ought to went myself.
It wouldn't have did no good. Them women won't listen to reason. All they can think about's them nylon socks. The only way to get them out of there is take dynamite and blast them.
Hey, Mr. Abner, do you need me anymore?
No, Cedric. Much obliged for driving in the county seat.
Oh, that's all right. You sure you don't need me no more?
No, run along if you want to.
Have you voted yet, Cedric?
Yes, Mama, I voted for whoever we left this morning. You want me to go vote again?
No, Cedric. Once is all you can vote.
Well, I'll be glad to do it again. Willing to do all I can.
Yeah, well, much obliged, but that won't help us now.
Yes, Mom. Well, I'll see you later.
All right, Cedric. So
long.
Doggy, you ought to have seen them women folks in there, Lum.
Well, couldn't you even talk a few of them into coming back and voting?
Not even Elizabeth, my own woman. Fact is, I couldn't even hardly talk to her. She's afraid she'd lose her place in line and didn't even want to listen to me at all.
Well, didn't you tell them that this was just a trick of Squire's to get them out of town so they couldn't vote for you?
Sure, I told them, but they never believed me. Just like talking to a batch of stumps on fire. Elizabeth asked me if I could prove this was just a trick studied up by Squire and Ezra, and natural, I had to admit I couldn't prove it.
Well, why didn't you tell them that neither Mrs. Skimp or Mrs. Seastrunk went to the county seat to get nylons?
I never knowed that. Didn't Ezra and Squire's woman go?
No. And if that don't prove who started the rumor, I don't know what does.
Why, sure.
Yeah, I wish you'd have known that.
Well, more like it wouldn't have done no good. Some of them even admitted that it might be a trick, but that they was going to stay there till sundown to make sure. Weren't going to take no chances whether there's any nylons there or not, that they wanted to be in on it, they said.
Granny, such reasoning.
I done everything I could. Finally asked them if they'd rather have me from there or a pair of nylons.
Well, you ought to know better than ask them that.
I found that out.
Yeah, tell me this, did you see any women actual get a pair of them stockings?
Oh, no. I even got inside the store, went in through the back door, asked the manager if they had any to sell. He said no. Said he went out there and told the women that. They wouldn't believe him. They said they was going to stand in line and find out for themselves.
For pity's sakes. How long do you reckon it'll take them to go through the line and find that out?
No, I don't know.
I was wondering if they might find out in time to get back to Pine Ridge before the polls close.
They won't be home by then. In the first place, when they get through with that store, they're going to try the other stores there in town.
Oh, me.
And in the second place, the county seat women is hearing about it now, so they're getting in line, too. Oh, it's a mess in there.
There?
Yeah.
It's peculiar what one little rumor can do, ain't it?
Yeah. And now that the town folks is lined up, well, our women is surer than ever that there's some nylons for sale at some store there.
Well, all I can say is that this thing has ruined us.
It's done.
Kept you from being mayor of Pine Ridge, and it's ruined my career as a political boss for good.
It has.
Oh, yeah. All you are is just a defeated candidate, but I'm a failure.
Oh.
That's the worst thing you can be, too. I'm ruined, Abner. I'm a disgrace to myself.
Oh, now, Lum.
It's the truth. I've got to face it. I'm such a complete failure. If you just lost by a few votes, it wouldn't be so bad, but... Granny, I bound you won't get over 5 votes all total.
5? Where'll I get that many?
Well, there's me and you and Cedric.
3.
And Dick Huddleston,
Oh.
Grandma Masters.
Is she here? Didn't she go to the county seat?
No, she lost her ear trumpet the other day and never did hear the rumor about the nylon.
Well, good for her. You sure she's going to vote for me, though?
Abner, after that jumbled-up handbill you and Cedric put out saying you advocated having the men turn over their paychecks to the women, there ain't a female woman alive that wouldn't vote for you.
No, except where there's nylon socks around. Have you voted for me yet, Lum?
Well, no.
Oh.
I'll vote later on. The crowd thins out.
Oh.
I went down to the polls a while ago, but I felt so out of place I just had to get out of there.
Out of place?
Well, everybody else around there was for Ezra, natural.
Oh, natural.
All standing around laughing and joshing and acting smart.
Smart, Alex.
Ezra and Squire both there shaking hands with everybody, grinning like a couple of jack-o'-lanterns. I just hate to go back down there and vote.
Well, I'm going to. I'm still funny.
Well, I am, too. It's just so that blame humiliating to be for you, though.
Yeah, humiliating.
I mean, after them handbills you got out.
Oh,
I wish I could just vote by mail.
can you do that?
Yeah, it's legal. Takes time, is all.
Time, huh?
Have to put in a request to the city clerk for a ballot, and then he sends it to you, and you mark it and put it in the mail.
Oh, well, it wouldn't be time to do all that now.
No, not unless... Now, Granny, wait a minute, Abner. Wait a minuet. What time is it?
Well, it's about, let's see, about 11 o'clock, 3 minutes till...
Granny's, maybe we can make it. Abner, get hold of Cedric. You know where he went?
No, he never said. He
Well,
just left...
find him. Abner, if we work fast enough, we might win this election yet.
But, Lum, you know good and well we ain't got a chance in the world of
Yes,
that.
we have, but we won't have if we sit around here arguing about it. You try to locate Cedric and get him over here just fast you can. And while you're doing that, I'll be writing a letter.
What letter?
Oh, Abner, don't ask any questions now. Just go on and get on the telephone.
I'm doing it. Just want to
You've
find
got a
out.
minute to lose.
Well, who you writing that letter to?
To the city clerk. Now, hush up and don't bother me.
Oh, no, but I never know. Nobody seems to answer.
Well, ring again.
Well, I know Miss Weehump's at the county seat. I reckon Caleb's out voting. Looks like Cedric ain't home yet. Ain't no answer, Lum.
Well, call over to the Bateses. Maybe Cedric went over to see his friend Gomer.
Yeah, that's a good idea. How you coming with the letter?
Oh, all right, I guess. Just don't interrupt me, and I'll get it done.
Well, excuse me, I never meant to interrupt you. I just wanted to find out. So, hello? Who is this? Oh, Grandpa Bates. Is Cedric Weehunt over there? Well, is Gomer there? Done what? Oh, my goodness, when they leave? Well, much obliged, Grandpa. Goodbye.
Granny, is Cedric gone somewhere?
Yeah, him and Gomer went squirrel hunting.
Oh, me, there goes my whole plan.
Well, what do you want him to do? Maybe I could do it. If it's anything that could help me get elected, I'm willing to do anything in the world.
Characters.
Oh, Cedric, I thought you went squirrel hunting.
Yes, Mom, we're on our way now. Just stopped in to get some peanut butter and crackers to take along.
Yeah, well, Lum was
Yeah, Cedric, you ain't going squirrel hunting. You're going to the county seat.
Mom.
Here, take this letter along with you and get every Pine Ridge woman there to sign it. And then drive back here just as fast as you can.
Oh, Mr. Lum, me and Gomer...
better do what Lum says, Cedric. I don't know what it is myself, but do it.
Yeah, don't ask no questions.
Yeah,
Just
hurry.
do what I say and hurry. You'll never know how much depends on this.
Oh, me, Lum, look what time it's getting to be. Oughtn't to take Cedric this long to go to the county seat and back. It ain't but 22 miles.
I know it. Maybe you can't get across Cedar Creek. It's been raining so much.
Well, if he does get back pretty soon, is there still enough time to get the women's vote?
I don't know for sure, to be honest.
Well, now, what all has got to be did yet?
Well, when Cedric gets back with that letter...
Yeah, now, just what did that letter say, Lum?
All that was just a request to the city clerk for an absentee ballot.
Oh,
See, according to our law, you have to make that request in writing. That's why all them women had to sign it.
well, I see. Well, now, what does Cedric do with it when he gets back here?
Well, takes it over to the city clerk and gets the ballots and some affidavits they have to sign, too, and then rushes them back to the county seat so the women can mark the ballots and get them in the mail.
Well, Lord, me, Lum, the ballots will never get back here by today. The polls close at 5:30.
Well, that don't matter. All they have to do is just get them postmarked on or before Election Day.
Oh.
But they've got to get them into the post office there at the county seat by 6 o'clock to do that.
Well, there still ain't hardly time to do that, is it?
Well, I don't know.
Oh, bogey. I reckon I might just as well call up Ezra and reseed the election to him, or whatever it is you do.
It's concede.
Well-
You ain't going to do that.
Well,
Yeah.
Lum, the way things are going now... Doggy, wait a minute. Hey, Lum, look there. There he is. Cedric, he just drove
Oh,
up
well,
out
come
there.
on, let's get out there.
Huh?
We can't waste a minute.
Are we going with him?
No, I just want to tell him what to do. Watch the door there. Hey, Cedric, don't get out of your car.
I'm not taking this along, Cedric.
Well, never mind that now. Just get that letter over to the city clerk, and he'll give you the ballots and affidavits he's expecting you, and then rush them back to the county seat just as fast as you can.
Yes, Mom.
I reckon you can get through the creek there, Cedric. Is it up very high?
Well, I think I can get through if it don't get no higher.
Well, get across somehow, and hurry up, Cedric. You ain't got much time. This is our last chance to get Abner elected mayor. Give it all you got, Cedric. Them ballots has got to get through. Granny's, Abner. I believe that's our ring.
I know this, Lum. I believe you're right.
I'll see. Hello, jot 'em down, store. This is Lum and Abner.
what's going on down in Pine Ridge. Well, as we look in on the little community today, we find the old fellows in their Jotham Down store talking to Ezra's campaign manager, Squire Skip. Listen.
Why, no, of course we don't concede the election, Squire.
Well, this is ridiculous, Lum. You saw the results of the election yourself. 174 votes for Ezra and only 5 for Abner.
I know that,
If
Squire.
that isn't a clear majority, I don't know what is.
Well, I tell you, Squire, the election ain't over officials till all the absentee votes has been counted, too. Them that comes in by mail.
Well, that's what you've been saying ever since Thursday, Lum. Here it is Monday. There isn't even a single vote that's come in by mail. You can check that with the city clerk.
Well, naturally ain't come in. The mail hack ain't been able to get through. There haven't been a car or wagon that's got through to the county seat since Thursday evening. You know as well as I do about the flood.
Yeah, the bridge is washed out and everything else, Squire.
Yeah.
Yes, I know all that, but as far as the election is
As far as the
concerned...
election is concerned, it ain't over yet.
Now, listen, Lum. Our statutes give you 3 days after election to get those mail votes in. And that 3 days was up yesterday.
Yesterday was Sunday, so that don't count.
Oh,
We've got till today, and you know it.
Well, Lum, from the way Cedar Creek is bursting out of its banks and rising steadily, the mail hack is never going to get through today.
Well, we'll wait and see. Fact is, the creek ain't rising no more. I heard some reports a while ago that it was going down. Some.
Well, even if the mail does get in, what assurance have you got that Abner will get enough votes to win? After all, Ezra had a tremendous lead there, you know that.
Yeah, but we're willing to take that chance.
Well, it's sheer stupidity, Lum. You can't possibly win no matter how you look at it.
Well, all we got to say to you, Squire, is that you better hold off on that inauguration of Ezra. He can't be declared mayor till after 12 o'clock tonight. We've got to lend to beat him.
Well, all right, Lum. I still think it's a pretty narrow-minded attitude that you men are displaying, though. Not true sportsmanship. Don't expect any favors from Mayor Seastrunk in the future.
Mayor Seastrunk.
Paddle.
Better wait till after 12 o'clock before you make any statements like that.
I'll see you at Ezra's inauguration.
Yeah. Him and his big talk. And you know what the worst part of it is, Ed?
What's that?
I'm feared he's right. I don't see how that dad-blame mail hack can get through. Leastways not today.
No.
Try calling the county seat again.
Well, it ain't no use, Lum. A couple of telephone poles is washed out and the lines are down. You know that.
Well, keep trying anyway. It's all we can do. Maybe they got them repaired by now.
I just called less than an hour ago.
We'll call again. Could just talk to Elizabeth. We could at least find out if Cedric ever got there with the ballots in time for him to vote. Then we'd know whether we're fighting a losing battle here or not.
Yeah.
If they never got their ballots in the post office on Thursday and postmarked, there ain't no use of stalling off Squire and Ezra no longer.
Well, Lum, we don't know a thing that's happened to them women, even whether they're alive or not.
Well, go ahead and try the phone again.
Yeah, all right. No use, though, I don't think.
I thought sure Cedric could have figured out some way to get back by now.
Yeah, me too. If there's any way at all, why, you could depend. Hello, Buford? It's me, Abner, again. Yeah, would you try to get through the county seat again, Buford? Yeah, I'll wait.
Wish Mamie hadn't went to the county seat with the rest of the women. I ain't so sure Buford knows how to run that telephone board.
Well, he ought to, huh? He did all their repair work for the last 10 or 15 years over there.
Yeah, I know he has, but Mamie just seemed to have a special knack for getting long-distance calls through.
Wait a minute. How's that, Buford? Oh, I see. Well, much obliged anyway. Goodbye.
Still can't get through.
No.
Well, I don't know what we can do then. It's awful just sitting here not being able to do nothing.
Well, just think how hard it is on me, Lum, not knowing whether I'm mayor of Pine Ridge or just a plain civilians again. Oh, but I never will live that down. Just getting 5 votes. Wish I'd have got 6.
6?
Yeah.
What good would that do?
Well, I don't know. 6 just sounds more than 5 somewhere or other. Oh, just wait a minute. There comes a varmint that could have made it 6 for me, too. Grandpappy Spears, that's making wolf clothing.
Yeah, howdy.
Grandpap, you old Billy Goat, how you got the nerve to come over here when you never voted for me, I don't know.
Why, I voted for you.
I was for Ezra, but they wouldn't let me make a politic speech for him, so I swung over, bolted the party.
Well, you couldn't have. I just got 5 votes.
Well, I done it. One of them was mine.
Well, wait a minute here. Now, I know Cedric voted for me, and Grandma Masters, and Dick Huddleston, and me, and Lum. That's 5. So I don't get somebody. Just a minute. Look me square in the eye, Lum Eddard.
What's that? Why, Abner, I voted for you.
Are you sure?
Well, of course I am. I oughtn't to have to answer such a silly question.
Well, like doggies, I'm going to demand a recount then. I've been cheated. I'm going to have the whole election thrown out,
now,
the whole
yourself,
thing.
Abner.
They can't do this to me, doggies. I've got my
Come
right.
to think of it, Abner, did you ever go down there and vote?
Why, of course
I don't believe you ever did.
Well, I'll be a polka-dotted possum. I forgot all about it.
It don't make no difference.
That's
Always.
me.
It all depends on whether we get them votes from the county seat here in time or not.
I'll never do me another favor as long as I live.
Close to 190 ballots are sent in there.
I'll eat everything I don't like.
You get them, that'll give you a good margin over Ezra's 174.
Well, that is if all them women voted for me.
Oh, say, speaking about them women reminds me, old man Johnson was down to the barbershop just now telling what a time them women folks has been having in there.
Old man Johnson?
Yeah.
How does he know the telephone lines are still out?
Well, he was in there at the county seat.
He was? What in the world did he want with a pair of nylon stockings?
Well, he never went in there after no stockings. He taken some hogs into the county seat last Thursday and couldn't get back on account of Cedar Creek kicking up the way it did. Never got back till late last night.
Well,
wait a minute. How'd he get back? Is the road open again? No, not according to him it ain't.
Well, how'd he get back in?
Well, he unhitched his horse and rode up north a ways where the flood weren't quite so bad and swum his horse across. Never got back till late last night.
Well, did he see Elizabeth there at the county seat, Grandpap? Did he say anything about her? Is she all right?
Yeah, he seen all of them in there.
He did?
Charity, too.
Well?
Said they's having a terrible time there.
Oh, my.
There ain't hardly no place for them to stay. They're sleeping in the hotel lobby and down at the depot and in the bus station. Any place they can find to sit there. Oh, they're a mad bunch of women.
I hope Elizabeth don't hang around that depot too much. She's always wanted to be a news bush.
Serves them right. Maybe they'll learn them a lesson. Maybe after this they won't go gallivanting all over the county every time they hear a rumor about nylon stockings.
I tried to talk them out of it, but it wasn't no use.
What beats me is that most of them women never had no pair of nylon stockings in their whole lives. Bound you half of them don't even know what they're.
Well, I reckon most of them's like Elizabeth, Grandpap. Since she ain't been able to get a good grade of cotton lisle stockings like she generally wears, I reckon she's anxious to get the next best thing.
Hey, Abner, look. What's that coming up the road?
What?
It's Cedric's car.
Cedric's car? Oh, my goodness. Let me see, look.
Covered with mud from one end to the other.
That's him.
Wasn't even sure it was his till I recognized Cedric driving it.
Blow me, how he can run with all that mud on it, I don't know.
I don't think he can. Looks like it's died on him. Come on, let's go on out.
Here, so Grandpap, answer the telephone that rang. Here, I will. Here, wait for me, Lum. Hey, Cedric, how'd you get through?
As the creek went down?
Is the bridge in again? How's Elizabeth? Did you see Elizabeth, Cedric? How's the road?
Well, wait a minute, Abner. You can't answer but one question at a time.
Oh, are you all right, Cedric?
Yes, Mom. Oh, what a trip, boy.
Well, how'd you get through?
Well, it wasn't easy, I'll say that.
We heard the bridge was out.
Well, it was, but the water went down enough today so they could put up a sort of a makeshift bridge out of planks and stuff.
You come across on that, huh?
Yes, Mom.
Well.
Boy, is it muddy around there.
Oh, yeah.
I got stuck about 3 times before I ever got through.
Well, doggies, you made it, though, Cedric. How are the women folks? How's Elizabeth? Where's she staying in there?
Well, let's see. She's all right, I know that.
Good.
I don't know where she's staying at, though. I've been sleeping in the furnace room at the county courthouse.
Well,
Oh, boy.
Well, did the women ever vote? Did you get the ballots to them in time last Thursday?
Yes, Mom, just barely in time, though. I think they voted. I know some of them did.
Good for them, good.
Well, how about the mail hack? Did you happen to hear when they're aiming on trying to send the mail through?
Yes, Mom, they said they're going to try it this afternoon.
This afternoon? Hooray, doggies, now I've got a chance to win,
Well, wait a minute. Do you reckon the mail hack can get it through all right, Cedric?
Yeah.
Well, if things don't get no worse out there, I guess it can. More likely it can.
Well, good. Doggies, what's that?
That might ruin everything.
Well, come on, let's get inside instead of standing out here.
Yeah, Granny's, Abner. I believe that's our ring.
All right, Doggy's Lum, I believe you're right.
I'll see. Hello, Jot 'em Down store. This is Lum and Abner.
See what's going on down in Pine Ridge. Well, as we look in on the little community today, we find the old fellows in their Jot 'em Down store. Lum is putting in a phone call. Listen.
Lum, they won't be done counting the votes this early in the morning, surely.
Well, they might. Last night when the election judges refused to come down and count them then, they promised they'd do it first thing this morning.
Well, I hope they did it, but I still say it's too early.
Hello? Who is this? Oh, well, Tom, this is Lum. Have you fellers counted the votes yet? Oh, I see.
Count this, to be honest.
How long do you reckon it'll take? Well, let us know quick as you get done, will you? All right, Tom. Much obliged. Goodbye.
Ain't done yet, huh?
Ain't started yet.
Ain't started?
Waiting on Walt Bates.
Walt Bates?
Yeah, he's the other election judge.
Slower molasses in January.
Tom Foster and Charlie Redfield are there already. Walt will be there pretty quick. He's general on time. Charlie Redfield's the one I was worrying about, as long as he's there already.
Well, Lum, if they do count them, are you sure now if this here is going to be legal?
Well, of course it is. According to the local statutes, we had 3 days after the election to get them votes in by mail.
See, huh?
The third day was Sunday, but that never counted, so that give us till Monday, and that's when they come in, didn't they?
Well, yeah, but they weren't counted on Monday, though.
Well, that don't matter, just so they got into the hands of the city clerk on time. That's the thing that counts.
Oh.
He made an official record of it. It'd have been counted last night, but that dadgum Charlie Redfield was just too ornery to get out of bed and go down there. But Tom and Walt both was willing.
That stubborn-headed Charlie, he wouldn't do nothing to help nobody.
Well, it don't matter.
Don't matter? It's making a nervous wretch out of me. That's what it's doing.
The important thing is that we got them in on time, and we was lucky to do that.
Oh.
And as I thought for a while there yesterday, we never was going to get that mail heck out of the mud.
Yeah, it was sure bogged in there deep. Clean up over the hubs. Well, what time was it when we got back to town, anyway?
Oh, it must have been 9 o'clock anyway.
Oh, at least
Don't recollect exactly, but I know it was before 12 o'clock midnight, and that's the important thing.
Well, I'll tell you, it surprised me that we ever got that mail house out of there at all.
Well, I'll tell you somebody else that was surprised, and that's Ezra Seastrunk and Squire Skim.
Oh, yeah.
Ever since then, Squire's been sitting in his office reading law books, trying to find ways to keep him from counting them votes.
Yeah. I reckon he'll be able to do it, too.
Oh, not unless he studies up something crooked.
Crooked, huh?
You better keep pretty close watch on him, too, and see that he don't try nothing.
Well, now, just exactly what could he do?
Oh, I don't know. He won't give up, though. I know that.
Doggies, wait a minute. Maybe he's done something to Walt. Maybe that's why Walt ain't got down there yet.
Oh, I know. Granny, you don't reckon that Mike did something?
Why, sure.
Wrecked Walt's car.
Oh, my
He
goodness.
wouldn't dare try nothing like that, undoubtedly. Sure.
Well, I don't know. I wouldn't put nothing past that Squire Skimp. He'll do anything to get Ezra in that office. Maybe we better call down there and see if Walt's got there yet, Lum.
Well, I hate to bother him, sort of, but on the other hand, I reckon it wouldn't hurt to check up and see.
No, I'd do it if I was you. You can't trust that Squire Skimp.
Yeah, maybe you're right.
Yeah, I believe
I'll
it.
try.
Yeah.
Of course, if Squire did do anything, we'd get him thrown right into jail. That is, if it could prove it on him.
Well, can you arrest him for something like that?
Oh, yeah, interfering with elections and election judges and all. Wait a minute. Hello, Tom? Say, I hate to bother you again, Tom, but... Huh? Yeah, this is Lum. Well, I won't keep calling up, but what I wanted to know is, has Walt got there yet? Oh, well, excuse me for interrupting you. Yeah, be sure and let us know when you're done. All right, Tom. Goodbye.
Did Walt get there?
Yeah, they're counting the votes right now.
Good. Doggies, I was sort of worried there for a while.
Well, Abner, you've been worrying about everything that come along this morning. You better take it easy. relax.
Yeah, I know, I ought to. I just can't seem to do it, though. You know, it is peculiar that squire didn't try to keep one of them election judges away from that, though. Reckon why he never.
More than likely he just knowed he couldn't get away with it.
No, he'd have a better reason than that. Now, why didn't he do it? Why? Why didn't he do it?
Well, now,
He got me
worried. Worry about that.
I just don't trust that man, Ron. When Squire Skimp don't do something, he's got a mighty good reason for it. He's got something up his sleeve. Doggos, I want to know what it is, too.
Geez, sakes, Abner. The election judges are there right now, and they're counting the votes. That's the only thing that matters, so just calm down.
Yeah, I reckon you're right. That's the thing to do. Just calm down.
Keep on this way. You ain't going to be fit to take office when they do announce your election.
Yeah, that's right. Be calm. Just take it easy, old boy. Calm down. Calm and cool.
That's it.
That's calm, cool, and uncollected.
Ain't a thing in the world to worry about.
No, don't worry.
If there's any worrying to be did, I'm still your party boss. Don't forget that.
Yeah, that's right.
Quick as they get done counting and announce the results, I'm going to get out the town band and put on a big celebration.
Well, how long do you reckon it'll take them to do all the counting?
Oh, it oughtn't to take long. It's just 190 ballots to count.
Oh.
Leastways, that's the number Cedric taken up to the county seat the other day.
190, huh?
You've already got 5 votes from the ones that was counted on election day.
Good for me. Who that?
Ezra got 174, but with them 190, you'll have 195. I got it all figured out here.
195? Oh, that's more than 174, ain't it?
Well, sure.
Oh, good.
Start worrying about that.
No, that dog is just as good as Lexi right now, ain't it?
That's what I've been trying to tell you.
195 votes, yeah. Of course, now, how do we know that all them women folks voted for me 100% so long?
Well, we don't know for sure. That's just a chance we got to take.
Oh.
But I know good and well we'll get them all right.
We will, huh?
Oh, they was all for you.
Good for them. Hooray.
Special the way Elizabeth was campaigning for you.
Bless her heart.
She had every woman in town listening to her, following her.
Bless her.
Oh, there might be 1 or 2 that voted for Ezra.
1 or 2, huh?
Yeah, it's possible. That don't matter. Still give you the majority.
Oh.
So there's nothing to worry about.
Just how many of them votes now does Ezra have to win to beat me, though?
Well, let's see. He's already got 174, ain't he?
Yeah.
What he'd need to win would be, let's see...
lost up in them
All from all, I know that for sure. And then 1 times 1, 6 up to 1, 2, 3,
that's my Tuesdays, I'm lost.
Need a total of 185. That'd give him a 1 vote margin over you.
185, huh?
Yeah.
Oh. Well, that ain't a whole lot more than he's got right now, is it?
Well, let's see. That's 74 from 85. That's 11 votes more.
11? 11?
Yeah.
You mean all do to win is get 11 out of 190 votes?
Well, now, wait a minute.
It's no wonder Squire Skimper's trying to keep him from counting them votes. That's the reason right there. He knows Ezra's been elected.
Abner, he don't know such a thing.
He might, though. He might do it, Long.
Well, he couldn't know it. They ain't even done counting them yet.
He must have snuck in there during the night and counted them himself. That varmint, that crooked critter.
For goodness sake, take it easy. Calm down.
How can I calm down when I just lost this election?
Abner, you
for
ain't
the
done no
second
such
time,
a thing.
too. Twice as bad now.
Wait a minute.
Run once
the
and
phone.
get beat
Must be the result.
I don't want to hear him. I'm going to stop up.
Hello? Who is it?
Don't want to hear him.
Yeah, this is Lum. Who is... Oh, Tom. How'd it come out?
Open warning or something.
Sending Grandpap over with the result. Well, can't you tell me who won? Well, I don't care whether it's official or not. Just tell me who won. C-Strunk or Peabody? Oh, well, hooray. That's wonderful. Never mind the details. That's all I want to know. Goodbye, Abner. You're elected.
Well, good for me. Hooray, hooray.
Mayor Peabody.
Yeah, Peabody for mayor. No graft, no payoff. There's no man. Abner is the honest gent. Peabody for mayor. You must get your vote for Abner Peabody.
Granny, let me be the first to congratulate you.
Thank you.
Put her there, boy. Let me take her head.
Yeah, how do you do? Oh.
The smile. Stogie, piling grocerman, the greatest little man in the country.
You're the greatest party boss in the world, too. Let me shake your hand. Put her there.
Oh.
How do you do? Stogie,
Thank you, Mayor Peabody.
You're welcome. Peabody for mayor. No grass, no payoff there. No mayor.
What's all that ruckus going on in here?
Oh, howdy, Grandpap. Wonderful world. You've heard the big news, ain't you, Grandpap?
Heard it. I'm bringing the official report of it to you right now. Shoretown turned out surprising, didn't it?
Oh, I don't know. Not for me, it never. No.
Elizabeth sure going to be proud.
Yeah, she will.
Well, hurry up, Grandpap. Give me the report. I want to see exactly how the voting went.
Mayor Abner. How do you do, Mayor Abner? Hello. Okay. Read it out loud, Lum. I want to hear that myself. Happy days are here. Happy days.
Well, it says here, Ezra C. Strunk, 175 votes.
Varmint, lost again.
Yeah, all he picked up was just one vote.
That takes care of that varmint, yes, sir.
Abner Peabody,
Go on.
6.
That's 6.
Elizabeth Peabody, 188 votes.
Elizabeth?
Yes, sir, sure was surprising. Practical all them women wrote in Elizabeth's name on the absentee ballots.
Huh?
Your own woman beat you for mayor, Abner, and a landslide, too. Granny's, Abner. I believe that's our ring.
All right, Doggy Lum, I believe you're right.
I'll see. Hello, Jot 'em Down store. This is Lum and Abner.
See what's going on down in Pine Ridge. Well, as we look in on the little community today, we find the two old fellows in their Jot 'em Down store still trying to recover from the shock of Elizabeth's election. Listen.
Doggy Lum, I just can't get over it. Elizabeth, the mayor of Pine Ridge.
Yeah, well, there's one consolation. Ezra C. Strunk never got elected.
Yeah, but Elizabeth, mayor. Why, she's a woman, Lum.
I know she is.
A female feminine woman.
Of course.
Well, can you do that, though? Can you have a woman in office like that? Is it legal?
Well, of course it's legal. Women can hold offices in our country. It's inside the law.
What will they think of that?
I'll admit I ain't sure if it's such a good idea, but for it being legal, that part of it's all right.
Elizabeth Peabody, mayor of Pine Ridge.
That's what she is.
I just kept waking up all last night, and every time I thought it must be a dream about Elizabeth getting elected.
Of course it ain't no dream. You can go over there and count the ballots yourself if you want to. How does Elizabeth feel about her election? I ain't had a chance to talk to her since her and the other women got back from the county seat yesterday.
Well, to be honest, I don't think she knows how she feels about it herself. It was a pretty big surprise to her, though.
No, well, I wouldn't wonder.
Yeah.
She wasn't even running and then got elected by a write-in vote.
Well, I never knowed you could do that, Lum. Just write in somebody's name that way.
Well, all them women that went to the county seat must have noticed. Must have made it up twixt themselves.
Why, sure.
Every dad blame one of them voted for Elizabeth.
Oh, they framed it up.
That is, except two of them. Elizabeth voted for you, and somebody voted for Ezra.
I'd just love to know who that was that voted for him. That lady varmint.
More than likely it was Sister Simpson.
Yeah.
She wouldn't vote for you just because you're a friend of mine.
Yeah, well, reckon how come all them women voted for Elizabeth, though?
Well, I'll tell you.
Of course, she's a good woman. Oh, that, I'll say that, but Lord, they life for there.
Well, near as I can figure out, this is what happened. I've talked to a few of the women that's come into the store this morning. They've all said that they couldn't see voting for you or Ezra, neither one.
They couldn't. Not even Ezra?
No, here's the reason. They
He's a fine man.
Both you fellers would come out one day and promise one thing, and then the next day you'd promise something else. Final got to where they couldn't put no dependence in what neither one of you said.
Well, I was just saying what you told me to say, Lum.
Oh, well, that part of it was all right. It's just that you can't tell how the female feminine mind is going to work.
I'll amen that remark. Amen.
They don't know nothing about politics and none of that. They get them crazy ideas when it comes to voting.
Just like children.
I ain't sure whether the 19th Amendment is such a good thing or not, tell you the truth.
Well, have you saw Ezra around any place?
No, I ain't saw him at all. I don't think he stuck his nose outside the door since the election. More likely feels like he's disgraced being beat out by a woman.
Yeah, well, long as it was a woman. It was Elizabeth that done it. I reckon that's better.
I saw Squire Skimp for a few minutes this morning, though, and I don't think he's very happy about it.
Oh, I don't reckon he is.
I think what he's doing is trying to study up some way to get that election thrown out and have another, or try to get Elizabeth out of office some way.
Well, if he can do that, I'm fine.
Fine?
Yes.
What are you talking about?
Well, Lum, I don't want my woman to be the mayor of Pine Ridge.
Well, now, there's where you're wrong, then.
How?
As long as you can't be mayor yourself, the next best thing is to have your woman be it. Keep it in the family.
Well, I don't see that. She just ain't got the talent for a job like that, Lum. You take the plow and the chopping axe out of Elizabeth's hands and she's just plumb low.
Well, that's just the point I was going to make.
I agree with you, yeah.
As long as she ain't got no talent for being mayor, she's going to have to turn to somebody for advice and guidance, ain't she?
Oh, she don't know the first thing about something.
All right. Who does a woman always turn to for advice? Her husband.
Her husband?
Yes.
Dog, it's easy to tell that you ain't a married man, Lum. There's just one person a woman won't listen to when he's giving her advice, and that's her own man.
Well, you've got some influence over, ain't you? Not even a little bit?
Oh, a little. I doubt it, though.
Of course, this will be different, though. Here she is, thrown into a job she don't know nothing about, a man's job, you might say, so she'll be begging for advice.
She won't be begging it for me, though, Lum. She's going to be so dadgum busy, I doubt if I'll ever get to see her.
Oh, yes, you will. I've studied this whole thing out, Abner. You know, the mayor always has a secretary. They get to appoint one.
So what?
So you're going to be it. That's what. We'll get Elizabeth to appoint you her secretary.
Now, just a minute, Lum. I ain't going to do no such a thing.
What's the matter?
I don't know nothing about being secretary.
Well, you can learn.
Well,
What
maybe
you got to
so.
do is take on a typewriter.
Sit around in Elizabeth's lap and sit up his ass. You've got this thing all turned around wrong, Lum. A man's supposed to have a woman for a secretary, but I never heard of a man being secretary to a woman.
Well, I don't know that I have neither, but that's the way it's going to be anyway.
No.
Well, now, wait a minute. Let me explain my plan to you.
No. Don't want to hear it.
Yes, you do. It's your duty as a citizen of Pine Ridge to listen to it. If you're interested in a good given for our town, you will be interested in this.
I doubt it.
Well, here's the whole thing. I run you for mayor because I figured you was the best man we could get.
Yeah, best man. 6 votes.
Well, yeah, I admit we lost the election.
Lost it. We weren't even in it.
Well, now, wait a minute.
Doggies, I ought to be carrying a gun. Fact is, I am.
You are?
Well, look at that. What's that?
Well, could you put that gun down, Abner? What are you doing with that thing?
Well, I'm carrying it. Like I told Uncle Henry Lunsford this morning, doggies, a man that ain't got no more friends in this town than I got. He ain't safe out on the streets unless he's packing firearms.
Oh, for pity's sake.
I'll carry it. I don't care what anybody says.
Well, here's the whole thing. I run you because I figured you'd give us the kind of government we want. You lost, that's true. But with Elizabeth in office, you can still run things.
How?
And after all, that's all we want. That's all we're interested in, having a good town.
Well, how can I run things if I'm just the mayor's secretary?
Well, don't you see? You'll be right there with her all the time.
With her?
Everything that comes up, she'll say, Abner, what ought I do about this? What ought I to do about that?
She will, huh?
Oh, she sounds just a natural thing.
Well, you might be right about that.
I know I'm right.
And then when she asks me that, why, I just tell her what to do, ain't it?
No, you call me and ask me. You see, Abner, We got to think of the good of the city. That comes first. That's the only thing we're interested in.
Well, now, just wait a minute here now.
It's all figured out, Abner.
Yeah, but just who is running who and what? Yeah.
We're all running. We're working together.
Oh, well.
Now, why don't you get Elizabeth on the phone and we'll discuss this with her? More than likely, she don't even know that she's supposed to appoint a secretary.
I doubt it, bless her heart. She don't know that.
See there, you're giving her advice right off the bat.
Good for me, good for me. I'm proud to do it, too. I'll call her right away.
That's the thing. It's going to work out all right, Abner.
Had to help
Maybe
my little
even
woman.
better.
Yeah, I believe it's better. I won't have to wear a stiff collar the next time. Oh, you reckon Elizabeth will have to wear a necktie?
I don't think so.
Hope
I don't know how lady mayors are supposed to dress, to tell you the truth. Don't nobody answer the phone?
Well, I can't hear nobody answering it. More like Elizabeth out and back there splitting up some kindling. She got way behind on her wood chopping when she's at the county seat. I'll ring it again and get her in the house.
Yeah. It's a fine thing, the lady mayor out chopping wood. It don't seem right somehow.
Well, it ain't going to chop itself.
She's going to have to get somebody else to do that work now.
Well, don't look at me like that. Her secretaries ain't going to do it. I'll tell you that right now. Still no answer. She might be out in the field. Wait a minute, what's the matter? I know where she's at. She had to go down and get sworn in as mayor today.
Oh, sure, that's right. That was going to be today.
Yeah.
Well, try the mayor's office. She must be there then.
Yeah, sure. Let's see, what's that ring? Oh, wait, I know. Said it out. Well, I thought I was going to get the office. But...
You know, to be honest, I never figured Elizabeth would ever go near that office.
No, I never knew it. Don't know it.
With you and their secretary and me advising you, she won't have to spend much time down
No,
there.
she won't. That's right.
We'll be running everything.
Why, sure, just tell her all about her. Hello? Is that you, Elizabeth? No, I said Elizabeth. Well, I want to speak to her, please, Mom. Elizabeth, my woman.
Yeah.
Oh, Mayor Peabody, then. I don't care what you call her, just let me talk to her. Idiotic woman answered the phone, Mayor Peabody.
Well, there's one thing we're going to put a stop to, all them women hanging around.
Yeah, I'll go down there for a while and run the whole shooting back. Hello, Elizabeth. This is Abner. Abner Peabody, your man. Yeah.
Everybody must be deep down at that old.
Yeah, say, Elizabeth, there's something me and Mom want to discuss with you, and we're... Paint man. What's her? Oh, I see. Yeah, well, all right, Elizabeth. Yeah, goodbye.
What's the trouble?
She says if we want to discuss anything with her, we've got to get a appointment from Bessie Blevins.
Bessie Blevins?
Yeah.
Why get it from her?
Because Elizabeth just appointed Bessie as her official secretary. I know that if we're going to give Elizabeth advice, Lum, it looks like we're going to have to do it through Bessie Blevins.
Granny's, Abner. I believe that's our ring.
I know this, Lum. I believe you're right.
I'll see. Hello, jot 'em down, store. This is Lum and Abner.
See what's going on down in Pine Ridge. Well, as we look in on the little community today, we find the old fellows in their Jotham Down store. Lum seems to be concerned about his partner's actions.
For goodness sakes, Abner, what in the world's the matter with you anyway? All you've been doing since you got here this morning is eat cheese and crackers. You're going to founder yourself if you ain't careful.
Well, my feller's got to eat if he wants to live, don't he?
Well, yeah, but you just got done with your breakfast not more than an hour ago.
What breakfast?
The one you had at home this morning, natural. What you haw-hawing about?
Let me show you all I found on my plate for breakfast this morning. Here, take a look at that.
This piece of paper, you mean?
Yeah, go ahead, read it. That's what I had for breakfast.
Abner, you will have to get your own breakfast. Granny, sit scribbling. I had to go to the office early this morning.
Like she wrote it on her run, don't it?
The mayor.
Well, there you are. Don't even sign it Elizabeth. Signs it the mayor.
Well, that's what she is, all right. That's her official title.
Yeah, but I'm hungry, Lum.
Well, of course, looking at it one way, Abner, you couldn't hardly expect the mayor to cook your breakfast for you.
You can when the mayor's your own woman. I'd get just as hungry now as I did before she's elected. Trying to starve me to death, that's what she's trying to do.
She ain't. She told you to get your own breakfast. Shows right there she's thinking about you.
Get my own breakfast?
Why, sure.
Lum, how could I get breakfast when I don't even know where she keeps a frying pan? Don't know where she keeps nothing. Think she's got most of that stuff hid or buried
well,
or
you
something.
could hunt around a little, couldn't you?
When I get up in the morning, I'm too weak with hunger to do any hunting for anything.
You could surely stand up long enough to make yourself a little coffee, couldn't you?
I tried it, boiled it over, got the room full of smoke, scalded myself half to death, and I don't know what all. Got out of there before anything exploded. Hand me some more of them crackers, Lum.
Abner, you're eating up all of our profits here.
I've got to live. Why, I don't know the way things are going.
Abner, you're just worrying yourself to death over nothing at all.
Nothing at all. I've just the same as lost my woman. Wouldn't be so bad on a full stomach, but empty as I am, it's just too dead blame much.
Well, now, Abner, you ain't lost your woman.
I
That's
might
silly.
just as well off. She spends her whole time down there at the mayor's office. That's all she does.
Well, that won't last long. What you got to do, Abner, is take the long view of this thing. It's just the novelties of being mayor that's got Elizabeth running around this way. That'll soon wear off. Then all she'll want to do is get back to her home and barn and her churn and chopping axe. Woman's place is in the home, the field. Now, it'll take a few days for her to realize that. She'll get lonesome for the cows. Just have patience and wait for her to come trudging back home.
I don't know if the crackers will hold out that long or not. Me neither.
I've been studying on this, Abner, and I'm sure the thing to do is just wait a few days. By that time, Elizabeth will be good and sick of being mayor.
And I'll just be good and sick.
Then she'll more likely beg you to go down to the mayor's office and run the town for her.
Condition I'm in, I won't be able to run nothing. Might walk the town.
She will. You can eat at the lunchroom or someplace. That ain't no problem. Our big problem right now is to get control of the mayor's office so as we can run the town the way it ought to be run.
It is, huh?
Why, sure. Don't you agree with me?
I'm hungry.
Oh, for pity's sake. Forget about victuals and concentrate on something important.
To me, victuals is important.
Well, getting a good city government is way yonder more important, so.
Got some bundles for Abner.
And if we can just get you into that mayor's office as a substitute for Elizabeth, why, then I can put all of my ideas into practice.
Your ideas?
Why, sure. Don't forget, I'm the fellow that started this whole thing.
Don't remind me, I'll pop you one.
I was the one that got them to hold the election in the first place. I'm the natural leader of this town, so do say so myself. I don't like to cast compliments right in my own face, but I done it.
You ain't doing much leading right now.
No, I'll admit that. Fact is, that whole election is a humiliation to me.
Got the holder on the wrong one.
Here I was, the big politics boss of the whole town, and didn't get a single one of my candidates elected. But grannies, I ain't licked yet. I'm just getting started.
I'm just
as
getting
I'm
hungry.
getting hot. Elizabeth kind of crossed us up yesterday when she appointed Bessie Blevins as her secretary. I was aiming on her appointing you for that job so as you could be right there in the mayor's office all the time, but I believe this new plan of mine's better even.
What new plan?
The one I was telling you about, the one where
The only plan I'm interested in is how am I going to get Elizabeth to cook my supper for me tonight.
Oh, for goodness sake. She'll get home in time to do that.
She never last night.
Well, that was just her first day in office.
I got just as hungry as if she'd been in there 4 years.
Well, she'll get home early tonight. And if she don't, why, come on over to my place. I'll fix supper for you.
No, you don't. I'll admit I'm hungry, but I ain't ready to suicide myself.
Well, what's the matter with my my cooking? I've been eating it for years.
Yeah, look what it's did to you.
What?
Your ribs stick out there like a xylophone. 2 xylophones, I reckon.
Well, that's a healthy way to be.
Sail ahead at you and it'll hang any place it hits you.
Most folks is too fat. I've always said that.
Yeah, but there ain't no sense in overdoing it like you are, Lum. Besides that, if that's the way you want to be, well, why'd you clip out that coupon and send it in? The one in the magazine that said, "Are you skinny and embarrassed at the beach in a bathing suit?"
Abner, there's the phone.
Burna bars of Alberta Lee Minnesota put on 22 pounds in 1 week.
Abner, hush up. I never sent that coupon in. Besides, can't you hear the telephone ring?
You, too, can have a figure like a Greek adnord.
All right, I'll answer it myself.
Don't let nobody kick sand in your girl's face.
Hello, Jotham down store. Lum and Abner speaking.
Heave the beach ball. Like
How's
the
that?
boys. Don't dread the summertime. Send for free booklets.
Yes, Mama, I'll take a message. 7 o'clock, you say? Yes, Mom. All right, I'll tell him.
Rope with knots tied in it.
Goodbye.
Was that for me?
Wait a minute, I said goodbye after I hung up, didn't I?
Well, you in a hurry, maybe. Huh?
That was the mayor's secretary with a message for you from the mayor.
Elizabeth?
Yeah, she said to tell you that supper's going to be at 7 o'clock sharp tonight.
Did you say supper? Hooray
And
for
she
her!
said she wanted you to have it ready on time.
You bet your life. Me have it ready.
That's what the message said.
I know because I won't do it. That's one thing I'll never do is fix supper for a woman. Nobody in the world can make me sink that low. No, sir, I know because I won't do it, and that is fine. Now, burnt up potatoes.
Well, that's all right, Abner. I don't believe you'll need potatoes for this supper, no ways. You've got a good balanced meal without them.
I have, huh?
Oh, sure. You've got canned kidney beans and canned navy beans and canned lima beans. That gives you a good variety right there.
Yeah, but, Lum, don't you think we ought to have something besides beans? It's the mayor she is. She didn't join the Navy, you know.
Well, you got canned hominy and canned corn. That takes care of your vegetables.
Yeah.
And there sure ain't nothing wrong with pork chops for meat.
No. I just wonder, Lum, is pork chop supposed to be black that way?
Let's see them.
Look, they look like a dyed.
They're a little black, ain't they? That's all right. Pork's supposed to be well done. Everybody knows that.
They do, huh?
Oh, sure. Elizabeth's going to be plumb tickled to death when she sees what a fine supper you got up for her.
I'm still a little worried about them pork chops for some reason. I don't recollect Elizabeth ever making them that way. Reckon we ought to knock some of that bark off of there, or whatever it is.
No, that's charcoal. That's good.
Yeah.
You never hear the charcoal boiled pork chops?
No, I don't believe I ever have. Foreigners eat that?
No, it's high class. Get that in fancy restaurants.
Well, I just hope Elizabeth gets here while they're still hot. Them things ever cool off and drop on the floor, they'll break in a million pieces. Look like somebody drop-kicked a clock.
Yeah, well, she'll be here in a minute now. It's just about 7 o'clock. That's when she said she'd be here.
Okay, that's right. I better get some of this stuff on the table. That is, if I can find some bowls and dishes around here. Tell you one thing, it's the last time I'm ever going to get supper for anybody. It just ain't a man's work.
Well, you won't have to do this many times. A few more days and she'll be dying to get out that office. Women just ain't cut out for that kind of work, looks like. Watch out there, Abner. You're spilling the kidney beans.
I can't help it. This dead blame pan's so hot I can't hardly hold it.
Well, don't use your bare hands. Take the end of that window curtain and wrap it around the handle of the pan.
Yes, that's a... wait a minute. How am I going to get over the table? Window curtain won't reach that far.
Oh, that's right. Over at my place, the table's right next to the stove. Handy.
Yeah, that makes it nice.
Maybe you better use your necktie as long as you got such an inconvenient kitchen.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Let me get that now.
Yeah? I reckon I'd better be running along
now, Mom, I said that you was going to stay and eat with us.
Yeah, but all you got's just 3 pork chops.
Well, that's enough. One for each one of us. I got donuts for dessert, 3 of them. There's enough. You'll just take it easy, Mom. Now, you got to stay and enjoy this meal.
All right. I hope it's going to be all right with the mayor, though.
Why, sure, it'll be all right with her.
That's her mayor.
Oh, no. Wait a minute. Watch the lima beans there. Don't want them to burn long.
Yeah. They're doing all right. Just beginning to turn nice and brown.
Hello?
Dark brown.
Oh, yeah, Elizabeth. Everything's coming along fine. Huh? Well, now, wait a minute, Elizabeth. Yeah, but Elizabeth. Oh, all right. Goodbye. Doggy, she just can't do this to me, Lum. It ain't human.
What ain't?
Everything's ruined. I just don't know which way to turn.
Well, what's the trouble?
Well, I've been over a hot stove all day. There's the most unconsiderate woman in the whole wide world.
Well, what did she do?
Doggy, no man would ever pull a stunt like that.
Well, what in the world did she do?
You know what she done, Lum?
That's what I'm trying to find out.
That woman of mine, that Lady Varmint. She calls me up at the last minute and tells me she's bringing two of the girls home from the office for supper.
Granny's, Abner. I believe that's our ring.
All right, Doggy, Lum, I believe you're right.
I'll see. Hello, Jot 'em Down store. This is Lum and Abner.
Going on down in Pine Ridge. Well, as we look in on the little community today, we find Lum in the Jot 'em Down store. Abner is just entering.
Oh, it's you. Finally got here, huh?
Yeah, I guess so. Condition I'm in, it's hard to tell.
Well, where in the world have you been? Look at the clock there. 3:15. It's a fine time to be getting to work.
I know it, Lum, but now don't go jumping all over me.
This is a store, you know. A store, that is. A business establishment. We're open 10 hours a day, from 8 in the morning till 6 o'clock at night.
I know it. Just let me get to that rocker there and sit down. I've just got to rest. That's all there are to it.
Rest?
I never was so far behind my setting in my life.
Well, what do you need rest for? Laying in bed half the day?
Lum, I ain't been laying in bed.
Just 'cause you're the mayor's husband, don't get that idea that you can come to work any old time you please.
Now, wait a minute. Just let me explain. Here, take a look at my hands once.
Your hands?
Go ahead, look at them. There they are.
For
Look.
goodness sakes, what you been doing? Boiling them in hot water?
Practical. I've been washing dishes, washing socks, scrubbing the kitchen floor. That ain't the dad-blamedest case of dishpan hands you ever seen I'll put in with you.
Yeah, they do look bad, all right.
Oh, me.
I thought you'd holding a couple of boiled lobsters there at first.
Well, that ain't the worst of it. Look at the inside of them.
Oh, for pity's sake.
Blisters. Got them from doing a woman's work, chopping wood. Tell you, Lum, I just can't put up with this no longer. That's all there are to
But
it.
don't Elizabeth do nothing around the house no more?
Not a thing. She ain't done a lick of work around that place since she got elected mayor.
Not even on Sunday?
Oh, no, that's the worst day of all. On weekdays, she goes to the office early in the morning. That gives me a chance to get my housework done. But on Sunday, oh, Lord, that's terrible.
Well, what happened?
I just hate to think about it.
Well, what did she do? Just sit around and watch you and criticize you on how you're doing your work?
She never had time to do nothing like that. She had a stream of visitors coming in there all day long. Everybody dropped in to see the mayor. Started right after we got home from church and never let up till after dark. I never seen so many women folks in all my life.
Well, that oughtn't have been so bad. Couldn't you slip out the back way and go over to Grandpap's or someplace?
Why, no, I had to stay right there. Every time a new visitor'd come in, why... No, I can't tell you that.
What was it?
No, it's just too humiliating,
Oh,
you know.
you can tell me. I'm your friend.
This is something you couldn't even tell a friend.
Well, I won't repeat it to nobody. What did she have you do?
Cross your heart, you won't tell.
I promise.
I had to serve lemonade and cookies to every one of them visitors. And I had to wear an apron to do it.
Apron?
With ruffles on it.
Oh, no.
I done it.
Granny.
She made me wear my good suit and made me wear that apron over so that I wouldn't spill nothing on it. Lum, I just can't live through another Sunday now like that. I just can't do it.
Well, I don't blame you for feeling that way.
You've just got to study up a way to get Elizabeth out of that office and back home where she belongs.
Well, don't worry. I'm working on it.
You've got to do it, Lum. I just can't put up with this no longer now, I tell you. I won't live. I'll die a young man.
Well, that's one thing you don't need to worry about.
Get her out of that office some way, Lum. Unpeach her. Do something.
Well, don't get so worked up.
I've got to get her home.
It's going to come out all right. It's like I say, you've got to take the long view.
Well, you take it. I don't even like the short view.
Well, it's just like I said the other day. It's just a matter of waiting this thing out. Wait until she gets sick and tired of that mayor's office. She'll do anything to get back home again.
Yeah, but when will that be? Every day she gets more and more interested in being mayor. She hardly knows me anymore, Lum. But if I weren't a taxpayer, I don't think she'd even speak to me.
Well, I don't think it'll be long before all that changes, though. Main thing to do is just let her go ahead. Don't try to stop her. Just give her enough rope and let her hang herself.
Well, maybe that's the thing to do, but I still say in my condition. Huh? Yeah, what'd you say about giving her some rope?
I said give her enough rope and she'll hang herself.
Oh, that's what I thought you said. I don't believe that'll work, Lum.
Oh, yes, it will.
No, it won't. First place, it's too dangerous.
Dangerous?
Why, sure, somebody's bound to find out that we're the ones that give her the rope.
Oh, I see what you mean. Well, I don't mean actual give her no rope.
You mean just leave it laying around where she'll find it?
No.
That won't work neither. She's too smart for that, Lum. She ain't gonna deliberately pick up no piece of rope. But wait a minute here, Lum. That's liable to kill her. Doggis, what are you trying to do, Lum Abner?
Well, now, wait a minute.
Well, you can't do that.
Now, hold your horses.
A warmer.
Here's the whole thing. You said you want to get Elizabeth out of the mayor's office.
Yeah, but, Lum, your ideas is too drastic. Must be an easier way, one that ain't the final.
Well, yeah, that's just an old lettered saying of mine, so just forget about it.
Yeah, let's forget about it. That's the best thing to do. Oh, I'm glad you're coming to your senses. Study up something else, but something easier.
I've already studied it up, and the first step of it is taking place right this afternoon. You know where Elizabeth's at right now, don't you?
Well, I ought to. That's all I've heard about over the whole weekend. She's holding her first board of aldermen's meetings today.
That's right. And you know who the aldermen's there, don't you?
Why, sure. It's, Tom Foster, Mose Booth, Charlie Redfield, Old Man Johnson, and Harry Hodgkins, that's the other.
That's right.
Well, I don't see what that's got to do with getting Elizabeth out of office.
Well, here's the idea. This is the first time that Elizabeth has actually run up again a batch of hard-boiled politicians. And when they get done with her this afternoon, I bound you she'll wish she'd never even heard of the mayor's office.
Lum, you don't know Elizabeth.
Well, you don't know that bunch of fellers when they get together, neither. I believe every one of them's a dyed-in-the-wool woman hater.
Yeah.
And all of them's got sharp tongues, too. Talk sarcastics and all that.
Yeah.
Now, what chance is a woman that ain't never been out in public's life before got to get a bunch like that? They'll make her wish she's home again.
No. Doggy, that's going to be a big disappointment to Elizabeth, though. All them ideas she was going to bring up the meeting and all.
What ideas?
Oh, she made out a whole list of them. Batch of new rules that she's going to start up.
New rules?
Yeah. All the aldermen would have to start wearing neckties at the meetings and no smoking or chewing tobacco in the city hall. Have to keep their feet off the council table. No whittling.
Now, how are they going to study if they can't whittle?
I don't know. Even got to take their hats off.
Oh, for pity's sake.
Oh, I don't know, a whole bunch of stuff. I don't know, she wrote it all
I
down.
can just hear old Tom Foster light into her when she brings all them up. I almost feel sorrowful for her.
Yeah, more likely he will start making a lot of them smart remarks of his.
Oh, he'll chop her right down. He can do it, too.
Yeah,
He can put a string of words together that'll cut you deeper than a butcher knife.
it works
Take
everything.
the dirt right out from under your feet.
Yeah.
He's the sarcasticest one human that ever opened his mouth, I reckon.
Oh, but I wish now Elizabeth hadn't studied up them ideas to bring up at the meeting over there.
No. This is the best thing that could possibly happen. It's going to be awful rough on her, but it'll prove to her that she ought to be home in the kitchen instead of trying to match wits with a bunch of politicians.
Well, maybe I'd better go over there and protect her.
No, now, don't do
Well,
that.
them fellers is going to bawl her out something awful.
That's just exactly what we wanted. Fact is, it's better than I hoped it'd be. I never knowed about them rules she's going to bring up. Them just made to order.
Yeah, but, Lum, I just can't stand to think of poor little Elizabeth over there getting kicked around by all them fellas.
Well, I'll admit it's a shame, but it's the only thing to do, Abner.
That poor little woman. Poor little woman.
Now, don't take on so, Abner.
Bless her heart.
Abner, you got to pull yourself together.
Bless her little heart.
Abner, get control of yourself.
I just can't stand it, Lum. That poor little woman getting bruised and beat up over as all them fellas. Yeah, you was right, Lum. It'd have been better to hang her outright and spared her all this suffering, I
for
reckon.
pity's sake, Abner, don't start puddling up. There comes Granddad. You don't want him to see you acting this way, do you?
I don't care. She might be just my wife, but I know as I love her. You don't know how much that frail little woman means to me.
Yeah, howdy.
Howdy, Grandpa.
Yeah, how's everybody? How's the mayor's husband today?
I'd rather not talk about it.
Yeah, by the way, I just seen Charlie Redfield on the street, and he told me they're out doing his thing. You'd never guess what it is.
I don't care what he told you, Grandpap. I've got troubles of my own enough.
Well, wait a minute. How could you talk to Charlie Redfield? He's over at the Board of Aldermen's meeting.
Well, that's all over now. That's what he's telling me about. Seems that Elizabeth brung up a batch of new ideas, and you know what happened?
I don't want to hear it.
Yes, sir, I'll tell you then. Word's got to flying around that room, and first thing you know, the aldermen all got up and marched right up to Elizabeth. And resigned. Yes, sir. Every single one of them quit their jobs right then and there.
They did?
Granny's what she's going to do about any alderman.
Oh, she's going to appoint new ones to fill out their term.
She is?
And this time she says they're all going to be women. 100% women government of Pine Ridge.
Granny's, Abner, I believe that's our ring.
I know this, Lum. I believe you're right.
I'll see. Hello, Jot 'em Down store. This is Lum and Abner.
In on the little community today, we find the old fellows in their Jot 'em Down store. Lum is talking on the telephone.
Yeah, well, I was just checking up, Miss Emmeline. I want to remind you that this is... Oh, you hadn't forgot it, huh?
No, ought to be bored for the same.
No, I don't know what the picture is they're showing tonight, but I know it'll be a good one. Special seeing it with you.
Sludge and mud.
Well, I'll be over about 7 o'clock then, Miss Emmeline.
He's lost on his marbles.
Yes, Mom.
His talk.
Yes, Mom. All right, Miss Emmeline. Goodbye, honey.
What did you say after you hung up there?
Nothing. Never said nothing. I love
Don't be Lum. I don't see how you can think about going to a moving picture show at a time like this. Special with a woman.
Well, Abner, you know I've always had a date with Miss Emmeline on Tuesday night.
Oh, well.
They just run the moving picture on Tuesdays and Saturdays. It's always so crowded on Saturdays. Lots of young'uns in the audience making fun of us. Her being the schoolmarm and all.
I know you always have a date with her on Tuesday, but Lord me, Lum, we're having a crisis in this town.
Abner, you're just worrying too much about this.
Well, it's something to worry about, having an all-woman government. Lum, don't you realize that all the aldermen has resigned and Elizabeth appointed women to take their places yesterday?
I know all that.
Well, I know that's something to worry about. Every man in this town's worried about it, except you.
Well, the whole trouble with you and all them other fellas is that you ain't learned how to take the long view.
Long view, so proud.
I tell you, Abner, this thing will blow over. I admit it's gone a little further than I figured it would.
Too far.
I never expected to have an all-woman government like we got, but they're all going to get sick of it.
I'm sick of it now.
Sometimes things that gets worse before they get better.
Well, how much worse can they get, Lum?
Well, just mark my words. In less than a week's time, them women will be anxious to give the government back to the men folks.
After they've had the government for a week, there won't be enough left of it to give back to nobody.
Abner, you're just getting yourself upset over nothing at all.
Well, look, you don't know what it's like to be married to the mayor. So I'll tell you, it's terrible.
It won't last.
And now I'm even getting complaints from the husbands of the new aldermen. Older women, I reckon you'd call them. Every one of them says to me, Abner, gotta do something about this. Well, there ain't nothing I can do. Fact says pretty soon there ain't gonna be nothing that no man in this town can do about it.
Oh, I wouldn't say that.
It's a woman's town. That's what it is, a feminine, female woman's town.
Well, I wouldn't say that, neither.
Well, it is.
You're forgetting that we've still got a couple of men officers in Pine Ridge. Uncle Henry Lunsford's still town marshal, and I'm still justice of the peace. We've got the law in our hands.
What good does that do, Lum, when the women folks are the ones that's making the laws now?
I doubt if they'll stick it out long enough to pass any laws, either. Just give them time, Abner, and take the long view. Well, I've got to get on home and iron my breeches for my date tonight.
Now, you've got to call her up and tell her you can't make it.
Can't make it?
Why, sure. Get out of this thing, Lum, while the getting out is good. I'm telling you, Lum, women folks is the worst possible thing you can get mixed up. Look what's happened to me. Look what's happened to Caleb Weehunt since his woman got the pinted alderman. Look what's happened to Ulysses S. Quincy.
Well, Miss Emmeline's different, though.
Different? Lum, there ain't no such a thing as a different woman. They might look different before you marry them, but I doggy, they all wind up the same way. Take my advice, Lum. Don't marry a woman.
Abner, I resent them remarks about Miss Emmeline.
Well, that's the truth.
She's a wonderful woman. Got good sense.
Oh, Lord.
Awful thoughty and sweet. And there's the sweetest woman that ever drawed breath.
Prattle, 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 prattle.
I don't know what's your language when you're referring to Miss Emmeline. I don't like that. In the first place, Miss Emmeline's so far above your general runaway. Wait a minute. There comes Cedric. I don't want to discuss this in front of him.
I don't blame you. And just let me warn you, Lum. If you go out amongst a batch of men and say anything good about a woman around this town, you're going to get yourself in the dead-blingedest fist fight you've ever been in your life. And I'll help whoever does it.
Howdy, characters.
Oh, my.
My boots is really laced today. Boy.
Boots?
Oh, yeah.
You got on your tennis shoes, Cedric.
Yes, Mom, I know it. I never did understand that remark, no. Life is sure wonderful, though, ain't it?
What's so wonderful about it?
Oh, ain't you heard? Mama's in.
In?
Yeah.
At home, you mean? Doggy, that is a wonderful thing in this town nowadays, to find a woman at home.
No, Ma, I mean she's in politics. She's alderman. Boy.
Yeah, I know about that. I'll tell you, Cedric, that ain't nothing to be happy about. You don't know it, boy, but you've at your last home-cooked meal.
Mom?
You might just as well try to forget your mama, Cedric, because you practical saw the last of her. I know what I'm talking about, too. I've been through it.
Oh, was your mama alderman, too?
No, but my woman Elizabeth is a mayor. That's worse.
Sure is wonderful. I always knowed Mama'd make good. Don't you think it's wonderful, Mr. Lum?
Yeah, I reckon so, Cedric. I wouldn't look for it to last very long, though.
You mean her being alderman, you mean?
Yeah, I don't believe she'll be in that office very long.
No, Mom. Mama don't think so, neither.
She don't?
No, Mom.
Doggy, that's the first encouraging thing I've heard. What did she say about it, Cedric?
Oh, she said she'd more than likely keep that job for a few weeks just to learn the ropes, and then she'd go on to the governorship.
Governorship? Oh, my goodness.
Well, she says this is the kind of work she's always wanted to get into.
Uh-oh, there goes the whole state.
Got natural talents for it, she says.
Hear that, Long? Now, that'll give you an idea how quick them women are going to give this thing up. Looks to me like they're in it for good, sure as they
Oh, you can't put no defense in what Miss Weehunt thinks. Just proves to me that none of them knows what they're talking about.
Well, that's the worst part of it right there. Here's a batch of women that don't know what they're talking about, and they're running our cities. Not long, we've got to do something about it. We've got to get them women folks out there. That's all
you just got to have patience and take
no, take the long view.
Yeah.
I've heard that, too.
I reckon Mama will actually get to be president of the United States, ever.
President of the United States? Oh, my goodness, Live, I can't stand it.
She asked me this morning at breakfast how I'd like to be the president's little boy.
Oh, call me. Oh.
But I don't know. I sort of got the idea of running for president myself.
You, Cedric?
Yes, Mom. See, I figure since Mama's got so much natural talent, politics must run in our family.
Mom, you hear that? There you are.
I've always wondered what I'd cut out for. Now I know. Politics.
Yeah, well,
Politics.
I'll say one thing for you, Cedric. You couldn't do no worse than that bunch we got in there running things down this town.
Oh, thank you, Mom.
Mom, how can you just stand there and not do nothing when you can see how things are going around here?
Abner, how many times do I have to tell you that it ain't nothing to worry about? This is just a passing fancy.
It ain't passing, and I don't think it's the fancy neither. Getting worse. It's spreading. It's a disease. We've got an epidemic. That's what it is. First thing you know, them women are going to take over this whole country just as sure as the world.
Oh, that's ridiculous.
They'll do it. I dog it, they'll do it.
They ain't got the brains for it, for one thing.
Who's talking anything about brains? I'm talking about what they're actually doing. That's what counts.
Abner, I ain't got time to argue with you about this. I've got to get over to the place and pick up for my date tonight.
Lum, Eddard, you're a traitor. That's what you are, a traitor.
Is that a good office to run for? I've got to start in summer.
Listen,
Might just run for traitors.
Cedric, stay out of this, will you? Lum, we got to do something about this and do it right away. If we don't now, things are going to get right out of hand. So as that is saying already.
Just calm yourself, Abner, and answer the telephone.
I don't want to answer it if some other fella wants me to do something about getting them women out of office. I can't do that.
All right, I'll get it myself.
Go ahead, answer.
No, Mr. Abner, I don't think we got a thing to worry about with Mama in there running things.
Hello, jot 'em down, store. L. Edder's talking. Oh, hello, Miss Emmeline.
Oh, her again.
How's that? Why, sure, I'll be glad to bring you. She wants me to bring along my Justice of the Peace bag.
Good.
Shows right there she still believes in letting men run things.
I've got my doubts about it.
You ain't in no trouble that you need the law to help you, are you, Miss Emmeline? Bring what? Well, what do you want me to bring the books for? Huh? Well, wait a minute. You're just fooling me, ain't you? Well, nobody told me about it. Well, I'll be dad blame. Yeah. Sure, I'll be over. Goodbye.
What's the matter?
Of all the low-down, crooked things I ever heard of, this is the worst.
What's the trouble?
My grannies, they can't do this to me.
What did they did?
Just 'cause I was so busy running you for mayor, I plumb forgot to run myself for Justice of the Peace, and Elizabeth's taking it upon herself to find a new one.
A new one?
And you know who the new Justice of the Peace is? Miss Emily.
Huh?
Granny, something's got to be done about this. This is the worst thing that's ever happened in the history of Pine Ridge. It's an outrage. It ain't decent. It's crooked. What can I do, Abner? What can I do?
Just what you told me. Take the long view.
Granny's, Abner. I believe that's our ring.
I know this, Lum. I believe you're right.
I'll see. Hello, jot 'em down, store. This is Lum and Abner.
Now let's see what's going on down in Pine Ridge. Well, as we look in on the little community today, we find Abner sitting in front of the radio with the only pair of earphones clamped on his head, while Lum sits beside him anxiously trying to help matters along.
Hurry up, Abner. Can't you get that radio to working?
I don't seem to. It was working all right a couple of months ago. Me and Elizabeth sat right here and listened to some show on it. Mrs. Fagee and Folly or something like that. If I get
Well, hurry up. Get the thing to working. It's time for that special broadcast right now, I believe.
There seems to be something wrong with it here, Lum.
I can see that.
What is this special broadcast you want to listen to?
The Keystone Network's having a big to-do about a couple of fellers that did 1,000 consecutive broadcasts for them.
1,000?
That's what they say.
Oh, me, how old is them fellers anyway?
I don't know. Must be a couple of old
Oh,
out there.
Lord, me, yes, they lie.
Hurry up. Get that thing to working, Abner.
Yeah, wait a minute. Believe I hear something. Believe I hear it.
Is it the Keystone
Well,
Network?
be quiet. Don't holler right in my ear. No, reckon it's some more of that Stratix.
Well, here, let me put them earphones on, Abner. I can tell better what we're looking for.
Lum, don't try to yank them off. You take my ears with it. Wait a minute. I believe I'm getting something now.
Well, Abner, we don't want to miss out on this broadcast. Dick Hudson told us to be sure and listen. Said we'd enjoy it.
What does he know about it?
No, I'd love to find out who them fellers are, too. They're making this fuss over.
No, wait a minute. I'm getting something now, I believe, Lum.
Well, good. Let me listen, too.
No, wait. Well.
Have they mentioned who them fellers are?
Well, sir, now that's just plumb hard to believe.
Who is it?
Lum, did you know you can dance every dance if you want to?
Dance every dance.
All you gotta do is use Oh So Foamy shampoo every night.
Oh, so foamy.
In the giant economy-sized bottle, that is.
What are you talking about, anyway?
That's what they said on the radio just now. I heard them. They said it there.
Oh, for goodness sake. That's just some advertisement you're listening to. What we want is that special broadcast.
How can shampoo help you to dance?
Abner, give me them earphones.
Huh?
I'm gonna miss that show if you keep monkeying around this way. Try some other stuff.
Wait a minute. I want to hear what else he says there, Lum. That stuff can help you dance. I want to get some for Elizabeth. It's a dead blame wore out trying to steer her around on a dance floor. Hey, Lum, don't turn that radio knob
Well,
there.
you ain't got the Keystone Network there. Can you hear anything now?
Well, wait a minute.
Geez, I wish we'd have listened over at my place. I got 2 sets of earphones on that radio of mine.
Bragging about his up-to-date radio.
What do you hear now, Abner?
Just a second. Don't interrupt me, Lum.
I hope you got it this time.
Well, man, oh, man.
Is that it?
All right, doggies, can that woman yodel?
Yodel.
I wish I could do that.
Are you ailing?
I'm yodeling.
First thing you know, you'll have this place full of hogs. I can hear them rustling up under the house now.
Just listen to that. Ain't that the out-captainest thing you ever heard in your life?
Well, I can't hear it. You've got on the earphone. Abner, if you don't cut that out, I'm going to rock that radio around your head. Goodness sake.
What do you say, Lum?
Give me them earphones.
Yeah, wait a minute. They're going to play my favorite song, the Wabash Cannonball.
Well, you ain't got time to hear it.
Lum, don't keep turning that dial there.
Abner, I never come over to your place tonight and sit and watch you listen to somebody yodel about some cannonball.
That's hard to do.
I want to hear about them fellers that just did 1,000 executive programs on the Keystone. Now, either get it or I'm going home.
I'll get it now. Just hold your horses on. Sit down. Couldn't we just listen to one verse of Wabash Cannonball and hear about them other fellers later?
No, because it'll be too late then. Vic said to listen in now if we wanted to hear it. Said it'd be a big surprise to us.
If he'd listen to his own radio and just counting us on stuff.
Can you hear anything now?
I can hear somebody talking. Ain't very plain, though.
That must be it. Let me listen.
Hey, wait a minute. I'll get it a little clearer. Oh, now I lost it altogether.
Oh, for goodness sake.
Oh, there.
Fingers.
Now I can hear them playing. Now I can hear them.
Oh, good. What are they saying?
Just a second. Oh, no, that's wrong. They got it wrong.
What have they got wrong?
Such ignorance.
What'd they say?
Oh, some feller asked another what equinox was.
Equinoxes.
Yeah, and the other feller said something about being the time of the year when the sun crosses the equator or some silly idea.
Well, what's wrong with that?
Well, anybody knows, Lum. Equinox is them Indians that live up there in Alaska.
Wait a minute. Are you listening to one of them quiz programs?
Why, sure. Worst part of it is they said that feller was right there. Imagine being right, Equinox.
Well, that may be right.
Oh, it ain't no such a thing, Lum. You saw pictures of them. Sitting there on ice and fishing, got big tusks in their mouth, hanging down there.
Well, them's walruses.
Them is Equinox, Lum.
You're thinking of Eskimos is what you're trying to talk about.
No, I ain't neither.
Eskimos, them fellers that's got fur all over them except their face.
Well, yeah, that's right. I saw pictures of them. That's right. Yeah. Give that fella $3,000 a new washing machine. I don't know what all.
Well, turn that off and get something else.
Well, I'm going to in just a minute. still believe I'm right about Eskimos. No, that might be right, I ain't gonna waste my time listening to those husking shuckings of that. Don't even know what they're talking about.
Abner, will you please give me them earphones, or leastways one of them?
Oh, wait a minute. I'll get it for you. Don't get so excited.
Well, if you don't hurry, we're going to miss it.
I'll get it. What is you wanted to hear now?
Oh, for pity's sake.
Oh, I recollect. Them two fellers that's 1,000 years old.
Well, they ain't that old, are they? They did 1,000 executive broadcasts on the Keystone.
Oh, yeah, I know there's something about 1,000. Yeah, know there's
Yeah, let me try to get it. I can at least recollect what we're looking for.
But wait a minute.
Are you getting them?
Shh, be quiet.
You got them?
Why, you varmint!
I never done nothing.
Hi, Doggers, did you hear that, Long?
I can't hear nothing. You got the earphone.
You ornery critter. You ought to be ashamed of yourself.
What in the world is the matter with you? Have you lost your reasoning?
Well, can't you hear what he's doing?
What who's doing?
I don't even know who he is, Long, but he can't get away with that. He just now tied a poor old woman up and taken all her jewels away from her.
For pity's sake, that's just a play they're doing. Give me them earphones.
Yeah, wait a minute. That's a time. That's a thing to do, boy.
And for the last time, will you listen to me?
Just a second. They've got in touch with Don Doon now.
With who?
Don Doon, a counter spy. Don't you know nothing, Long?
Abner, I've put up with all this I'm going to. If you don't let me get that program, I'm going to whop you one. Now,
wait a minute. Don's on the case now. Doggies, now we get some action. Go to it, Don, old boy. That's our time, boy. Go to it.
He can't hear you.
Huh?
Abner, me and you've been friends for a long time, and I've overlooked a lot of faults in you in the last 30 years, but I grant you, if you ain't careful, I'm feared me and you's come to the parting of the way.
Yeah, be quiet, Lum. I can't hear what they're saying. What'd you say, Don? I don't reckon he can hear me.
Abner, for
Doggers, I wish he could hear me. I could give him awful good tip. He's hiding nowhere behind the curtains, Don.
Abner, I've been as patient with you as any human could be, but I tell you, I've come to the end of my rope.
Hit him again, boy.
I've come over to your place this evening so the two of us could listen to that
special... blame it. Oh.
Wait a minute. What are you turning off the radio for?
Well, we have to. Right when it was getting exciting, too. Come on, Lum. Get your hat.
Get my hat?
Yeah.
What for?
Well, the fellow on the radio said we had to go right down to our favorite grocery store and buy a package of Mother Hulbert's old-fashioned macaroni.
Oh, goodness. Do you believe everything you hear?
Come on, Lum. He said, don't delay, do it right away.
Abner, don't you know the store's closed now? It's after dark.
Huh?
Now, just sit down over there in that rocker and let me work on the radio.
He said when your macaroni gets down to 4, that's the time to buy some more. I bet that's him. He found out that we ain't going to get that macaroni. Somebody walking up on the porch out there, sure the world. A spy.
Yeah, I agree that it is.
We ordered left already.
Reckon who that could be.
That's more likely the fella seen me once.
Hey, anybody home? Anybody home
Why,
here?
Grandpap, what are you doing over here?
I just come over to tell you something interesting. I was sitting there at home and I heard the out-Captain's radio program.
Have you been down to get your macaronis yet, Grandpap?
How's that?
What program was you listening to? Don Doon?
No, this was some kind of a thing the Keystone Network got up to celebrate a couple of fellers that just did 1,000 consecutive broadcasts for them.
Wait a minute, ain't that what you wanted to hear, Lum?
Yeah. It's all over now, Grandpap?
Yep. Too bad you never heard it.
Well, who was the two fellers?
Well, now, that's the peculiar part about it. They had the same names as you fellers.
They did?
Yeah, they called them Lum and Abner.
Why, them varmints stealing our name. Doggers, Lum, we ought to law through them. Law through them right up to the Supreme Court.